This is DK back at you with another video here for the NBA main slate here on Friday. So good to be back. I felt like the All-Star break took forever, but it's back. We're back for NBA. So we got a 9-game slate here. So let's get right into it. This video is going to go kind of quick just because I'm running short on time, but I'll try to cover everything here. So we're just going to go, utility here and go through all the players. So Westbrook, Paul George. I think are pretty solid. Utah obviously not the best matchup, but both these guys are the main catalysts in the offense. I think they kind of go low owned on this slate. So I think Westbrook and Paul George are decent options here. Towns kind of been a letdown here last few games. He's got another good matchup here against New York. I'm considering him for sure, but personally, I just like VUCEVIC more here going against Chicago. Orlando has been involved in so many blowouts. That's why the minutes have been kind of limited for him. I think if the game stays close, VUCEVIC plays, close to 35 minutes or so. So I really like him. Then you got Kawhi, a revenge game. I'm not huge into playing Toronto guys when they're fully healthy. But I am considering him just because, it is a revenge game narrative. This Washington-Charlotte game, definitely stackable. Beal, Kemba Walker, the top two options here for the respective teams. I think both those guys are pretty solid in an up-tempo game. Luka Doncic here at 9.1. I'm definitely considering a matchup not the best at Denver, but it is at home. So I think he's okay, but I really, really like here the two Pistons bigs here, Drummond and Griffin, going up against Atlanta, the best possible matchup here. I'm not huge into playing these Detroit bigs, but in a matchup like this, I really like both these guys. So Drummond, Blake Griffin, I really, really, really like. There's reports that Anthony Davis only going to play 25 or so minutes the rest of the season. Can he get you there in 25 minutes? Yeah, but I personally just don't want to do that today. Drew Holiday, again, they also said they're going to limit him to about 30 or so minutes. New Orleans' situation is just a mess. So I'm going to take a wait-and-see approach with these Pelicans guys. Markkanen, I think is pretty solid here, but the price has come up all the way to 8.1K. The matchups here are pretty good, but personally, again, I'd rather just pay up a little more to get VUCEVIC. Let's see, Trae Young, John Collins. These are the two Atlanta guys that had the most secure minutes. Detroit plays big, so do you think John Collins could be asked to play a few extra minutes here? But it's playing 7.7K for John Collins. Yeah, I think Trae Young would probably be my favorite Hawk. Mike Conley got a really good matchup here against the Clippers. Been involved in a few blowouts. He's obviously the main catalyst here in the offense. I think he goes kind of low owned, but I think Mike Conley has some pretty big upside here at 7.6. Julius Randle at 7.4. Mints have kind of been up and down. He did have a really good game here against Oklahoma City. If Anthony Davis is going to be limited, I think you got to consider him and Jahlil Okafor. But again, I might take a wait-and-see approach. I think if I was going to play Pelican, it would probably be Julius Randle. Maybe Alfred Payton if he's not going to be limited because he's going to be back. You got LAVINE, KRIS DUNN in a decent match here against Orlando. 7.3K. I don't know if it's enough for Zach LaVine. He's been playing basically the whole game. Been playing really aggressive, shooting the ball a lot. So I think LaVine's pretty solid. And then DeRozan, we know what happened last time he played Toronto. He had a huge night. He's also playing most of the game. It's at Toronto. So I really like DeRozan. I think he's going to be really aggressive here at 7.3K. Normally I'm not a DeRozan guy, but I'm buying into the revenge game narrative, so I do really like DeRozan. Lou Williams I think kind of goes low owned here against Memphis. At 7.1K, though, he has as much upside as anyone here. He's going to shoot the ball a ton when he's out there, so I think he's pretty solid. Aaron Gordon, I honestly don't mind pairing him with VUCEVIC. Again, I really prefer VUCEVIC. Aaron Gordon has not been shooting the best of late, but he does have upside. We know he does. He's just kind of inconsistent up and down. Miles Turner, questionable. If he's out, then I would really, really like Sabonis, and then you could look to a couple of those other Indiana guys. Probably Darren Collison I also do really like here at, where is he? Where's Collison? There's Collison there, 5.7. You could also, if Turner's out, it would probably be Sabonis, Thad Young, and Darren Collison for me. Jaren Jackson Jr. currently is questionable. If he misses, then you got Ivan Robb, you got Joakim Noah, you got Jonas Valanciunas. What's Jonas Valanciunas' price here? Oh, he's actually out. Okay, personal reasons. Okay, so if JV's out as well as Jaren Jackson Jr., then you got Ivan Robb, then you got Joakim Noah look pretty appealing. So I would consider both those guys if Jaren Jackson Jr. does miss. Let's see. KRIS Dunn, list is questionable. I believe the thing he's going to play. I think he plays 30-plus minutes. Been a little inconsistent, but I don't mind a buy low here in KRIS Dunn at 6.1. DeAndre Jordan, I get it, but there's too many Knicks playing too many. I don't want to take a shot on a big slate on any of these Knicks. Reza Satoransky, Jeff Green, I think are solid, but I think I'd rather prefer paying for Bobby Portis or Jabari. But I think my favorite Wizards, if you're paying up, would be Beal, and then it would be Bobby Portis and Jabari Parker. Satoransky is okay here too. The minutes have kind of just been up and down, but he does have some pretty big upside. Let's see. Again, Sabonis. It'll be Sabonis, Thad Young, and Collison if Miles Turner does miss. Some of these Denver guys are a little too cheap. Obviously Jokic in a great spot against Dallas. But Barton seems too cheap here if he's going to play 30-plus minutes. Plumlee, I don't think I would go there, but Millsap, I'll get to in a sec, as well as Gary Harris. They all seem a little too cheap. So Gary Harris here, 5.1 again. These guys seem like they're going to play 30-plus minutes in a close game. So a lot of these Denver guys seem pretty appealing here. And then so Sarge here. I do like Sarge quite a bit. They said he's going to continue to start. I'd assume he plays close to 30 minutes in a really good match against New York. I like Sarge quite a bit. And then, again, Millsap here. Played 31 minutes last time out. Got you 52 fantasy points. I don't think we can expect him to get 52 again. But if he's going to play those type of minutes at 4.6K, that's just way too cheap. Atlanta Wings, Herter, listed as doubtful. So, Taurean Prince, Bazemore would probably be the guys that I would look to. But you never really get excited because Atlanta just runs so many guys in their rotation. Zubac here at 4.2. He's been a little up and down, but he does have some upside. And especially, if Jaren Jackson Jr. is out of there, he'll be going against the likes of Ivan Robb and Joakim Noah. So I think Zubac is not a bad buy low here at 4.2. Dwight Powell, Maxi Kleber. Denver does play big. Some of these guys be asked to play a few extra minutes. Probably my favorite Dallas big would be Dwight Powell. So yeah, I think he's not bad there. Robin Lopez, he's also been playing a lot of minutes here, 33 and 32 minutes. Been playing really well, 25 and 17 points last two games. I don't think we can expect this to continue. But if he's going to play like 30-plus minutes, you got to consider him. Like a starting center going to play 30-plus minutes. I think you got to consider him. And then the Detroit Wings, Luke Kennard. Where is Wayne Ellington here? Both those guys played, 30 or so minutes in a really good matchup. I don't mind taking a shot on one of those guys. Let's see. And finally, Alex Len again. Detroit does run big, so I think Alex Len maybe be asked to play a few extra minutes. At 3.7K, I think he does have some upside. And yeah, I think that's about it. JaMychal Green here. Okay, so he played 25 minutes last time out. It is a little revenge game. We know this guy does have some upside. I think JaMychal Green's a pretty solid play here at 3.4K for salary relief. And yeah, I think that's about it. So I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Sorry if it was quick. Again, I'm running kind of short on time. Game stacks that I would really like. This Washington-Charlotte game looks pretty appealing. Let's see, Chicago, Orlando. Detroit, Atlanta. I don't know if we really have a game stack it, but I do like the Detroit bigs a lot. Trae Young will probably be my favorite player in Atlanta. Minnesota, New York, I think does have some upside. Yeah, and that's about it. Probably maybe New Orleans, Indiana, but again, the Pelican situation is kind of a mess. So I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. So if you have been enjoying the content, please like this video, subscribe. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment section down below. It's also important to follow me on Twitter. That will be in the description below. Get my thoughts on more news comes out throughout the day. And yeah, I'll be back for another video on Saturday, so I'll see you guys then.